Do you want to make a woman think about you nonstop, crave your attention, and chase you like you're the only man on earth? These 5 psychological secrets will flip the script and make her obsession with you inevitable. But be warned, this isn't nice guy advice. Let's dive in. Women are drawn to mystery, challenge, and unpredictability. The moment you become too available, too eager, or too easy to read, you lose a fundamental element of attraction. If you want to make a woman obsessed with you, you need to disrupt the predictability she expects. This is where the first method comes in: strategic absence. By pulling away at unexpected moments, you create a void that she feels compelled to fill. After months of steady interaction, suddenly disappearing for 10 to 14 days without explanation forces her mind into overdrive. She starts wondering if she did something wrong, if you've lost interest, or if someone else has captured your attention. The more questions you plant in her mind, the more she starts to obsess over you. Her emotions become deeply entangled with your presence, even in your absence. This emotional investment makes her crave you more. When you finally return, you act as if nothing happened. You don't explain, you don't apologize, you don't give her the satisfaction of certainty. Instead, you resume as if everything is normal, keeping her in a state of wanting more. This unpredictability is powerful. It makes her feel like she needs to work harder to secure your attention, and that is exactly what creates obsession. The second method is subtle, yet devastatingly effective. Comparison to your ex. By casually mentioning how your previous girlfriend did something well, you trigger an internal competition in her mind. Women do not like feeling second best, and they especially hate the idea that another woman once held a stronger position in your life. The way you introduce these comparisons is key. It must be casual, almost nostalgic, never direct enough to sound manipulative. For instance, if you're having dinner and she asks about your favorite meals, you might say, "My ex used to make this incredible homemade pasta every Saturday night. I still think about how good it was sometimes." This does 2 things. It makes her compare herself to your ex, and it creates a challenge. She starts to wonder how she can surpass that experience. Even if she's confident, the subtle doubt lingers in her mind. It makes her feel like she has to prove herself. A woman's competitive instincts kick in when she perceives another woman as a standard she must exceed. The more she invests in proving herself to you, the deeper her attachment grows. This is why high-status men who have had beautiful, high-value women in their past are automatically more attractive. Women want to take their place, to prove they are even better. When executed correctly, this method plants a seed of desire that only grows over time. The third method is one of the most emotionally potent: the strategic use of contradictory statements. One of the most powerful lines you can say to a woman is, "I love you," even though you're distant all the time. This statement does something unusual. It gives her validation, while simultaneously making her feel inadequate. She now questions whether she has been distant. She starts wondering whether she's giving enough. More importantly, she starts fearing that you might not fully accept her. This is the paradox of attraction. The more a woman feels like she has secured you, the less she values you. But if she feels that she is still on unstable ground, she will continue chasing validation. A statement like this creates a roller coaster of emotions. First, she feels special because you said you love her. But then she immediately feels like she needs to earn that love. This emotional inconsistency is what makes a woman emotionally addicted. The key to making this work is delivery. Your tone should be calm, almost reflective, as if you're simply making an observation rather than playing a game. If you overdo it, she may see through it. If you do it subtly, it will stay in her mind for days, making her reevaluate her behavior toward you. She will seek ways to show you she's not distant. She will start trying harder to be close to you. The more she tries, the more invested she becomes. And once a woman is emotionally invested, obsession follows. The fourth method is removing affection gradually. In the beginning, when a woman is drawn to you, she craves affection, attention, and intimacy. If you give it freely at first, she feels a sense of comfort and security. But then, slowly, you start withdrawing. Not completely, just enough for her to notice. Where you used to text her every morning, now you text her every other morning. Where you used to kiss her passionately, Now you pull away slightly sooner. Where you used to give her full attention during a conversation, now you seem a little distracted. These tiny shifts create an imbalance. She notices the change, but she can't pinpoint exactly what's different. This uncertainty makes her crave what she once had. Human psychology dictates that we value things more when they become scarce. The less available you make your affection, the more she yearns for it. She starts analyzing everything, trying to figure out why you're slightly more distant. This self-doubt works in your favor. The woman who was once comfortable now feels like she has to work for your attention again. And the more she works for it, the more obsessed she becomes. The final method is planting the idea of your high-value future without ever directly stating it. Women are drawn to men who are going places, who have ambition, drive, and a trajectory of success. But the mistake most men make is talking about money or success directly. That's not how you create obsession. Instead, you leave subtle clues. For example, having books on investing or self-improvement casually lying around suggests that you are focused on bettering yourself. Mentioning, in passing, that you're taking a course to learn a new skill hints at long-term growth. Talking about a project you're working on, without boasting about the financial side of it, makes her think about your potential. Women don't just want a man who has success, they want a man who will have success. The hint of an upward trajectory is more attractive than simply stating your current status. When a woman sees that you are improving yourself, that you are working towards something greater, she automatically sees you as a long-term investment. And that's when she starts attaching her own future to you. This technique is especially powerful when combined with emotional distance. If you show that you are deeply committed to your growth, but at the same time remain just out of her emotional reach, she will begin associating your value with her need to secure you. And when a woman feels the need to secure you, she begins obsessing over how to keep you in her life. All of these methods work because they play on deep-seated psychological triggers. They create an emotional cycle where the woman feels drawn in, pushed away, challenged, and rewarded, all at the same time. This constant fluctuation of emotions is what makes you addictive. If you give a woman a consistent, predictable emotional experience, she will appreciate it, but she will never obsess over it. Obsession comes from uncertainty, from unpredictability, from making her feel like she has to earn your attention, your affection, your validation. These are the foundations of attraction that most men ignore. They believe that being kind, available, and open will win a woman's heart. But what truly captures a woman's mind is the one thing she can't fully understand, the one person she can't completely figure out. This is the key to making her obsessed.